on a minutes restriction?
No. Hi, Warren. How are you?
Hearing that, much better.
Dinner was good last night, by the way. It was really, Lacanza, it was Lacanza. I'm gonna give a shout out to Lacanza in EDH Town Center.
Lacanza Roma.
Look, he says it better, Lacanza Roma. That's gotta go, EDH Town Center. It's owner Lou.
Michelin stars? Michelin stars?
Should be. He does it right. He's a San Francisco foodie, and he rates it up there with it.
Costa Rican food.
Goes, yeah.
World famous.
Sorry, we got a little sidetracked, sorry.
All right, so with him being out for 5 games, you've had some guys step up, some guys struggle. Like, how much different is your rotation gonna look like with him back in the lineup as opposed to what we've seen over the last couple of weeks for guys like Davion or guys like Keon?
You know, it's hard because Fox commands so many minutes, you know, kind of like Doma, so there's only so many minutes behind those guys. And so everybody's minutes will probably go down that played a lot. And, you know, that was one of the things that was neat about those guys getting an opportunity. You know, is they played more minutes and they played in some situations that are not gonna play in much, you know, knock on wood, as long as we're healthy. So, you know, anything can happen at any time, but if Fox is gonna play his regular minutes, it's gonna mean less minutes for both those guys.
Yeah, Coach, what stands out to you about Cleveland's strengths coming into this dawn?
Jamie Bigstaff's done a fantastic job. They're big, you know, long, Mobley and Allen in there. Come off the bench with Tristan Thompson. You know, they're athletic. They're fine and gritty defensively, and you know, anytime you have a guy like Donovan Mitchell, you put some points up on the board, and you know, he does a heck of a job getting out in transition. And you know, people talk about loading and trying to make it difficult for LeBron to see driving lanes in transition. You should add, you know, Donovan Mitchell's name up there with him, because he's a monster when he gets going downhill, and he can shoot that ball too.
Mike, Cleveland's a big pick and roll team. OKC, in contrast, a big drive team. You guys were successful shrinking the floor. What does it look like if you guys are successful defensively?
You know, something that we're concentrating on, especially with the pick and roll game. Jordy sent me something today from our analytics guy, our analytics coach Robbie. Let me see if I can find it. And it was kind of interesting, at least at this point in the season. I don't know if I can find it. Oh, here it is. So it's a contrast from 2023 to 2024, and one of the things that we're really trying to concentrate on is our pick and roll defense. And right now, last year we finished 29th in the NBA in pick and roll defense. We're sitting at 10th right now. Now, not one wood, that could change, but you know, we're trying to do a better job with that. We're also trying to do a better job taking away the corner 3-point attempts. And you know, last year we gave up the 19th most threes in the corner, and right now we're sitting at 7th. So 2 of the areas that we really try to you know, emphasize being better at, especially the pick and roll game, we are, and we'll see if we can continue tonight, because what you said is correct. They're really good in pick and roll game, and Garland's crafty. Obviously, Mitchell can, if you go under, he's going to knock down the 3. If you go over, he's going to turn the corner and get downhill, and then everybody they have is a vertical threat at the rim. So you got to shrink, and then you got to get out to their shooters.
Coach, how do you think that Cleveland's offseason acquisition, specifically Max Strus and George Niang, help complement those pieces that you mentioned that they already have?
Those guys just know how to play. You know, first of all, they shoot the ball, so it creates space for Donovan Mitchell. It creates space for Garland, especially in a pick and roll game. Puts you in a predicament because, like I said, do you shrink and you tag, you know, Allen rolling to the rim, or do you stay out and try to take away their 3 ball? And so it makes it tough because they shoot the ball first, but then, like I said, they got a great feel of how to play the game the right way, and you need those pieces that just connect the group. And some people may say, well, this guy's more talented, that guy was more talented, you should have signed him, you should have signed him, but, you know, you need guys that are gonna connect the group, because sometimes if you have that connectivity, it's a lot stronger than just talent.
And then you mentioned Evan Mobley. From what you've seen out of him in his 2 years, and obviously in year 3 now, just 22 years old, what's impressed you the most, and how do you envision his growth?
Well, he seems really even killed. He never seems to get too high or too low, and in our business, it's a long season, and so you have to be that way, you know, and that is very impressive for me, looking at a young guy from the outside in, I don't know him at all. And then obviously his talent, you know, he can shoot the ball, he's got a great jumper, especially from mid-range, he can post up, he can play pick and roll, he's a vertical threat. Defensively, he's a problem because he can play the 4. So he can switch on the guards, he can play bigs, and so the versatility on both ends of the floor, especially scoring in a lot of different ways, makes him a special young talent at 22.
Mike, I know De'Aaron's an all-star. You know, you expect a lot out of him. What are your expectations tonight, especially with him not playing for the past 5 games?
Play hard, you know, play as hard as you can, and whatever happens, happens. But I'm not expecting anything more or less from him. You know, he's been out for a while, and it'll come to him, whether he has a great game scoring or not. But as long as he plays hard, I'm okay with it.
Coach, you touched on this a little bit, but when Fox went down, we saw players like Keon step up in big ways on both sides of the floor. I'm just curious, was there anything you learned about Keon as he stepped up? And is there anything maybe that was most impressive to you? And how do you anticipate?
My memory's not that good, so I'm gonna try. You might have to help me out though. But what was the third one? And what's the,
and how do you anticipate kind of utilizing him down the stretch this season?
Okay, I'm gonna go with what impressed me the most. Just his 2 things really. Like he did not look afraid of the moment at all. He just went out there and hooped and just played. And I yelled at him, and Domas sometimes yelled at him because he didn't throw him the ball, so Domas can push the break, or somebody else might have yelled at him because he didn't pass the ball. He just took it in stride and never got too high and too low. And his number was called and didn't tighten up, took the right shots. So that was impressive. The second thing is, you know, I knew he had a chance to be a pretty good defender. You know, he's got long arms, great anticipation, and his deflections and all that. But the way he navigates the pick and roll when he's guarding the ball, it's you got to see it more. But so far, it's been very, very, very impressive. He knows when to go under. He knows how to go over. He gets back into the ball, he pursues the ball, all the little things that you try to teach everybody from day one, and you do these dumbass drills every day, and guys don't always get it, you know, but he gets it for a young guy or a 2-way player, and it was exciting to see him on the ball in pick and roll situations defensively. So those 2 things probably. And then what else?
How do you anticipate utilizing him down the stretch this season?
I don't know. If he's playing well, he'll get a chance. If he's not playing well, he won't get a chance. So there's no definitive plan for him right now. But, you know, the big part about it is there wasn't when we threw him out there and he stepped up. And so he just has to keep himself ready as a young guy.
Mike, I'm not going to help with the whole memory thing, but going back to the Blazer game, Chris Murray blocking Keegan. Keegan, I guess, shared a shoot around today that he's been teased by some of his coaches and players just about that moment. Have you been one of them bringing that up? And what was your, I guess, perspective on that's a fun moment between brothers?
No, I didn't bring that up, but I mean, my younger brother blocked my shot in the driveway before, and that dude didn't even play high school basketball, so. That doesn't mean anything to me, and I'm sure it doesn't mean anything to Keegan. All Keegan got to do is roll out his resume, show Chris, and keep it moving. But I mean, it's a great moment to see those guys go against each other because you know how competitive they are. For me, more than seeing those two guys go against each other, I mean, I can only imagine what their dad feels like. Holy moly! I mean, to be able to be Kenyon and sit there and watch his two boys in an NBA game guard each other, and so that right there is icing on the cake. But they're going to have plenty of battles. They're each going to get the best of one another as time goes on. But Chris, I'm sorry, I'm gonna put my money on Keegan.
2 more.
Coach, Harrison Barnes, HB, just want to get your thoughts about him, for the first 8 games. I know he had that phenomenal game in the first in Utah, but it seems like, he's still trying to find his way in these last few games.
Yeah, HB's been great. He allows us a lot of versatility, especially defensively. He had to step up and guard Laurie Martin in one game, then he had to turn around and guard LeBron James the next game. And so to have a veteran guy that gives us somebody to put on those types of guys at their size is very beneficial for us. We need it because we're a young team. We're not that big, and HB can shoot the 3, can take it off the dribble, he can finish at the rim. He's a good free throw shooter. So I like what I've seen so far. It's early in the season. Last year I think he struggled at the beginning of the season too. And so for me, as long as he continues to show consistency, especially defensively, I'm fine with it. He's taking the right shots and all that other stuff. So I kind of like where he is, knowing that, and I'm sure he feels the same, that he can play much better, especially offensively, and he will.
Last one, Jason.
Hi, Mike.
Okay.
Last year we saw De'Aaron, kind of take another leap up to, All-Star and then All-NBA caliber. Just based on your time with him, what you've seen, whether it's eye test or data or whatever, is he the kind of player that you think one day can be like a top MVP candidate?
No doubt, no doubt, no, for sure. He's got everything, like physically, that like somebody in that, I guess, that stratosphere needs to have. On top of that, he wants to be the best. He's got the right people around him, starting with his wife. You need a great support system, in my opinion, to be able to, to hover in that category, that area. And I truly feel like I truly believe he wants it. His teammates want it for him, his coaches do, and he's, like I said before, last year, he was trying to figure out which path to go to try to get there, while trying to establish a winning environment here in Sacramento. And now I think he at least has said, okay, this is what I need, this is the direction I need to go. And so he's just starting to scratch the surface of that. And I tell you what, the sky's the limit. His 3 ball is looking really good. He obviously is one of the best finishers at the rim, the mid-range, and defensively, he's starting to understand that he's got to keep putting it together for 48 minutes in order to be on the level you're talking about. And so I think he can for sure be there.
Thanks, everyone.
I'll see you, Warren.
The chef called, he wants to know what you want paired with your branzino tonight.
What are you gonna take? I might be done during my